State of Affairs is pleased to welcome Kevin Lyons, Associate Professor for the Department of Supply Chain Management at Rutgers Business School. Good to see you, Kevin.
Nice to see you as well, Steve.
First of all, describe supply chain management.
Supply chain management came out of an academic exercise of taking procurement, operations, research, and then formalizing it so that when you are in a major corporation, let's say, and you need to acquire goods and services, that you do it in a formalized way, and that all your agents and customers along the way are in that chain. So it's actually literal what it says. We want supply, but push it through a chain.
Let's bring it into Newark. There's an initiative that we've done some programming on. We've talked to Ras Baraka, the mayor of Newark, excuse my voice, and others, particularly folks at RWJ Barnabas Health, who have talked about this and as a part of their social impact initiative. It's called Hire.Buy.Live Newark, right?
That's correct.
Your team at Rutgers is part of the
Buy local.
Buy local.
Correct.
What does that mean, buy local? When we're in Newark right now, we want everyone to buy local, support the economy, but what is Rutgers doing?
So when we look at buy local, we're looking at the large institutions. So that's Rutgers, NJIT, Prudential, NJPAC, Audible, and what are their buying patterns? So are we actually targeting our purchasing into the local economy so we can actually grow the local economy? So instead of business as usual, where we can get goods and services anywhere in the world, could we refocus that procurement activity to our local economy, our local small business, women-owned, minority-owned businesses, and then lift them as part of the economic development? You
know, as I'm thinking about this, you are talking about PSE&G, NJPAC, Prudential Financial, Prudential Center, Rutgers, NJIT, et cetera, as part of this initiative. How challenging is it to get folks who historically have been hiring people in a certain way, certain culture? Talent pool is huge, and you say, you know what, there's a lot of talent here in Newark.
Yes.
And we're asking you to try to find that talent, recruit that talent, train that talent hard.
Yeah, what it really boils down to is that keep your same processes. HR is always going to be HR. But can we expand that reach to include our Newark residents?
Why should that be a thing?
It shouldn't be a thing.
I was sitting there going, you're in Newark, it's a big labor pool. Is there something, devil's advocate, is there a perception that there's something wrong with the labor pool?
No, not at all. And I think because we're in a globalized economy, you can get talent, you can get goods, you can get anything you need to make your organization great from anywhere. But what we're saying is that that talent also exists right outside your back door. So why don't we try to refocus that energy, develop those pathways in our schools to start to prepare the type of talent that you're looking for.
What does that mean, prepare them, pathways to school?
That means that when we start to think about these really important careers that we have in these large institutions, why aren't we not preparing our kids, literally as far back as grade school, to start thinking about, hey, we want technology, then guess what? We're going to invest the time and the effort to make sure that we are making our schools graduate the type of talent that we need. So this way we don't have to go searching globally.
Are the schools ready for that, or does Rutgers play a role in that training of younger people?
Yeah, Rutgers is, the schools are ready. And Rutgers needs to forge partnerships not only with the schools, but our county colleges need to be involved in this, our trade schools need to be involved in this. We also have, kids that are not destined to go to college. So how do we prepare them enough so that when they do graduate from high school, that there is an opportunity for them here in Newark as well? So we have to look at the entire spectrum.
For someone outside of Newark, people watching us all over, you can imagine them saying, well, what about us?
Right.
You say?
Well, you're part of it. You need to be engaged. We need to be engaged with you. So this is going to be more of a proactive approach. We have to reach out. So instead of in the past where we just sit back and wait for talent to come to us, we have to put our HR folks on steroids to get them out there to do the job fairs, to get folks like myself. I'm not a HR person, but I should be advertising the fact that
as opposed to passive, hey, let's see who applies.
Exactly.
That doesn't work.
It doesn't work because, not everybody's, on the web. Not everybody's doing the technology as we think they probably are. But we need to go back to the old days of actually going out in the streets and actually pulling folks in.
Yeah, but you got me thinking about this in the time we have left, Kevin. For years, growing up in Newark and doing a lot of our business in and around Newark, you'd hear people say, there are not enough jobs. If there were only more jobs, there would be fewer kids on the street and young adults involved in activities they shouldn't be involved in, drugs, alcohol, crime, etc. But are the jobs you're talking about jobs that a lot of the folks we're talking about are trained for A, and B, what can we do to pull those folks in and give them an opportunity?
Yeah, so there are opportunities, the jobs are there, but we also have to be very strategic. You know, there are different jobs and different positions at all these different anchor institutions. So Rutgers jobs are different than Prudential jobs.
By the way, an anchor institution is?
Anchor institution is a legacy institute. It used to be eds and meds, or educational institutions and medical facilities that made up the anchor, in a sense, of the economy. But now we've expanded that to include corporations and government entities as well. So these are the traditional big hiring entities within in a city. But we can prepare them. We can make sure that they have all the opportunities that are necessary. But this is a slow process. It's something that will take some time, but the investment is ultimately going to be worth it.
Kevin Lyons is Associate Professor for the Department of Supply Chain Management at my alma mater, Rutgers Business School,
Yes.
more specifically. And thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
All the best to the folks
Appreciate
at Rutgers.
it. Thank you very much.
Okay. We'll be back right after this.
State of Affairs with Steve Adubato is a production of the Caucus Educational Corporation, celebrating over 25 years of broadcast excellence. State of Affairs with Steve Adubato is brought to you from the Agnes Veris NJTV studio at 2 Gateway. Funding has been provided by R.W.J. Barnabas Health, Delta Dental of New Jersey, the Turl Fund, supporting Right from the Start NJ, the Nicholson Foundation, supporting Right from the Start NJ, the Robert Wood Johnson Foundation, NJ Best, and by New Jersey Sharing Network. Promotional support provided by Jaffe Communications, where business, media, and government converge in New Jersey. And by New Jersey Monthly, the magazine of the Garden State, available at newsstands.